Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are going to be continuing the Let's Play Form Reavers 1999. So then, last time we pretty much rounded up the rest of the story portions of the Showdown in Chinatown event, so now we're completely done with that. The main story is done for it, the character stories for Liang and Noir are also done, and all I can say is, like I said last time, it was a great event, great story, really enjoyed it, and as the young would say, cinema. But yeah, it was very enjoyable. Lots of lovable characters and stuff like that. And yeah, today we are gonna be jumping into the other story that is rerunning here in this menu, which is Notes on Shuori. Now, very quickly here, of course, I will not be able, with my schedule as it is, to do this entire thing in as many parts as I would usually take for these stories and finish it before the timer runs out. Now, luckily, this is going to be available in the recollection menu when the next patch rolls around, but I do still plan to do something and be done with recording this thing before the timer on this runs out. But I'll talk about that more in detail at the end of today's episode, so stick around for the ending and you're gonna hear what my plans are for how I'm gonna tackle essentially at least the story for this. Everything else you'll hear at the end of the video. But Notes on Shuori, right? So you guys told me a couple of things, of course, without spoiling anything, more so like the technical side of stuff. And the technical side of stuff being that this is one of those stories that it didn't just like split up the opinions on the story between in the EN community, but also in the CN community, which is kind of like a weird thing to hear about, especially on a story that is kind of like very Chinese inspired apparently. So makes me very curious. Apparently there are pretty much just two camps about the story. One is really liking it and enjoyed it a lot. The other one just finds that the story sucked. Which is one of those things when I hear stuff about that, especially in like live service games, like live service story driven game like this, it just makes me go like, I wanna see why. I wanna see why now. This makes me even more curious, like what the shit happened in this thing that people... Or rather, what is the writing of this thing, but I guess we're gonna see when we start going through it. But yeah, I'm very curious about what is gonna be happening here. Also, without spoiling me on anything, I've seen that a couple of you guys are expecting, or rather are looking forward to, seeing my reaction to a character appearing in this thing, and I do not know who it is, of course, no one told me, which is a good thing, thank you, by the way, but you guys are expecting some kind of reaction to some kind of character that is gonna be in this story, and cool, I guess I'm looking forward to seeing who it's gonna be, if it's gonna drop my jaw, or if it's gonna make me go like, huh, like a Minecraft villager, huh, but yeah, anyway, we'll see, I'm looking forward to it even more. And I've also seen a couple of other things, and this is not regarding on Notes on Shuori, but more so as in the next patch after this, which is gonna be another main story update, which in turn means I will not be able to do the the main story chapter 9, because I still haven't done chapter 8. Like I said in the past, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I'm still waiting for at least 2.0 to come along, and then we're just gonna blaze through quite a lot of main story. It's gonna be quite the time, right? But luckily, with the next patch, apparently they're also gonna be reintroducing into the recollections menu Farewell Rayashki, which is good. Which means I'm gonna be able to cover some story. Also with the patch, apparently the other and I guess final new ending for a series of Dusks is also gonna be added. So yeah, I guess we have quite a lot of plans for for what's gonna be coming with the future Let's Play episodes, right? Quite a lot of stuff, despite the fact that I cannot do main story for a bit longer. But regardless, I'm excited. Farewell Rayashki. Pardon. Farewell Rayashki is also one of those stories that I have been holding out on a anecdote to read for a while. It's one of the early anecdotes that was recommended to me to read because it's apparently a good one, which is for Eric. And I have been skipping out on it, or rather I've been keeping it on the back burner until this story comes around the corner again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be finally time to check out Eric's story when that happens. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff to look forward to. But speaking of the comments on the previous episode, considering I just went over through what most of you said, the comment I do want to give a shout out to is from Nepathy, who said, my sick day has now significantly improved, getting this in my recommends. Just what I needed. You are very welcome. Hopefully also you feel better. It's been like, what, 2-3 days since the previous episode went live on the channel, so hopefully whatever sickness got you went away and you're feeling better now. And yeah, quite honestly, I had a bit of a bias pick, not gonna lie. But I had to pick your comment because of seeing stuff like that, and obviously I know from all the interactions that everybody else is having with the comments and our continuous back and forths here at the beginning of each part, that you guys are enjoying this Let's Play series, and I mean, we wouldn't be communicating otherwise. But yeah, seeing stuff like that and just knowing that seeing an update from me is making your day brighter, or helping you cope with something or stuff like that, just you know, in turn makes my day brighter. just makes my day in return then. And yeah, all I can say is hopefully you're feeling better, and Nepathy, thank you very much. Alright, but notes on Shuori. So this thing has, let's see, 23. Yeah, okay. We'll see how this is gonna fly, or how quickly we're gonna go through this story. But like I said, at the end of this episode today, I'm gonna talk about how I'm gonna tackle the story, at least the recording section, the recording side of things. Oh, before I forget, I was asked to look at the Pandora Wilson interview in the character menu, in the character story menu, for Liang, and for not at least for now, but for the future, for Yanisei. I do have Yanisei. She's currently on, I think, like 55-ish%, so I might actually be able to, by the end of this Let's Play, or for a Let's Play portion for Notes on Shuori, maybe I'm gonna get there, maybe not, we'll see. I'm gonna keep it in mind when I get to 80%, because I don't wanna rummage through the wiki or something to get that the entire interview out of there, but that's fine. I'll keep it in mind. Liang, on the other hand, is I think very close to 90% right now, so I'm gonna go through that. Actually, I'm gonna go through her entire file at the end of today's episode, just as a little bonus, because I'm very curious what what's in the Pandora Wilson interviews that make these two kind of interesting. But yeah, anyway, safe travel. Farewell, mother. Leave your resentments behind. This is as far as it goes. No need for goodbyes. Interesting. Oh, very quickly, this reminds me. I wanted to comment on this. Oh, and I wanted to read this as well. Forgetting stuff already. This is already presented like a movie poster again, so I don't know, I'm just speculating here. Is this gonna be another story that is kind of like more movie than anything else? Anyway, this thing here says, Whispers of the Mysterious East, a team of investigators in a desolate land, uncovering secrets within city walls. Okay, now we begin. Oh, god damn it, why am I forgetting shit? Getting old. Oh, this background. Safe travel, stage 1. Alright. Bedroom, St. Petersburg. Okay. The smoke of the fatherland is sweet and pleasant to us, especially in the early morning when someone is about to travel far from home. However, it's not obvious to this complaining lady.
Газета? Их телега уже давно не появлялась. Я слышала, что цена была низкая и рабочих рук у них не хватало. Эти торговцы жадные, как бездонная яма. Впрочем, как эти фермеры.
As a Croatian, I can pick up on some words, because they're similar, but obviously not everything. Anyway, newspaper. Their cart hasn't been here for a long time. They said the price was too low and they were short-handed. Those vendors are as greedy as a bottomless pit, like those farmers.
Дым, пыль, приискиватели — это последнее, что нужно этому бедному городу.
The smoke, the dust, and the opportunists are the last things needed in this poor town.
В прошлый раз она была в отъезде целый год и не прислала ни одного письма. Сейчас она опять уезжает в такие места, где подружиться можно только с комарами, ушами и сильными.
Last time she was away for a whole year and didn't write a single letter back. Now she's leaving again, to the places where she can only make friends with mosquitoes, lice and exiles.
Святая Мария, не дай ей заболеть или вернуться домой ослепшей, как та женщина.
Sweet Mary, forbid she should get sick or come back blind like that woman.
Вы
Like
имеете
that
в виду
woman?
медаль, врученная за исследование? Она из бронзы. Кто знает, сколько рублей она стоит. Не говоря уже о тех балах, которые она упустила. Молодые кавалеры приходили и уходили, но у нее даже не было возможности с ними познакомиться.
Oh, you mean the medal? A medal awarded by His Majesty? It's made of bronze. Who knows how many rubles it's worth? Not to mention the balls she had missed. A ball? Okay, no, I read that correctly. Balls as in dance balls. Not to mention the balls she had missed. Young cavaliers had come and gone, but she hadn't had the chance to meet any of them. How many balls she missed? Well, in that context as well, with the next sentence, she missed a lot of balls. The grumbles easily sneak into the room through the window with the floating dust. The one being complained about closes the door. She needs to pack carefully in a room free of noise and interruptions. For a long journey, everything is too essential to forget.
Route confirmed. Clothes, maps, carriage ticket, reference letter, glass bottles, rock hammer, and the knife in my pocket. Oh, I need to waterproof the papers. Linen, it's, oh, here it is.
Very nice voice. The fabric left, left from the last trip has a broader width than remembered. Perhaps because it is holding paper from only one user this time. It seems much more empty than it had been. Using such a large fabric is a luxury for her.
I could bring more new parchment this time. Wait, why is it already used?
Oh? Interesting notes there. A written document is hidden between blank sheets of paper. The handwriting is inconsistent but neatly penned. It seems to have been deliberately forgotten and is now being rediscovered at this very moment. Fortunately, there are signatures in the margins, left as a discreet footnote on each page. Recorded by Yanisei.
It's a record I wrote from dictation. Judging from the handwriting, I must have done it in the wilds. The edge is ragged, so probably it's been stored for over a year since it dried. Over a year? Oh, it's the travel diary Madame Besmertz asked me to write down for her. Maybe I should call it travel notes? Either way, I think I had completed the arrangement and sent the original to her.
What was that? What was that laugh? What did she laugh about there? Wait, what? Wait. What? Travel notes? Why is that one funny? Okay.
There's no way I forgot such an important thing. So, what is it doing here? and it's missing a few days of records. October 10, October 16, October 17, October 17. Cloudy. We sold the carriage and rented boats from the local farmers to sail along the River before it froze. In this way, we might be able to enter the city of Omsk without passing the North Gate. After all, the travelers from the Far East had said the city was heavily guarded like a fortress, and the guards would not overlook the slightest inconsistency between people's stories and their documents.
Nice Oh, that's
We
why.
had to go through this trouble because we were in such a rush when we set off that we had little time
To prepare the documents, they were far from authentic enough to convince the guards.
Uh-huh.
Before we left, I gave several speeches to raise funds for the travel. The last speech was in a new park in the downstream area of the River.
Okay.
My assistant described to me that the park was crowned by a large pile of cumulative rock, which was burdened with the European Russian vegetation, all in its best time of year. This is the note on the 17th, the day after
Uh-huh.
October 18th. I have almost no recollection of that day. Child, do you recall anything?
Okay. So the person speaking is the person Yanisei was accompanying and was keeping the records for her. Okay, interesting. Also, I didn't want to speak because I noticed that it was auto-scrolling through the whole thing because the animation in the background was fully animated, pretty much a movie playing in the back. Also, I do want to just say that was a very neat little, barely noticeable transition that happened there. I only noticed it because the frame kind of skipped for a sec and then noticed, oh wait, this is moving a bit more than usual. What is happening? Anyway, the girl is busy checking her records, but after a while, she opens her mouth to respond.
October 18. I do. After we took a break and collected the supplies we needed, you talked to the governor.
I'm guessing whoever the other lady who is talking, who Yanisei here is taking notes for, or rather writing stuff down, is the other person with her on the main poster for this thing that was turned away from the camera, essentially.
He introduced you to a historian and sent a land surveyor.
Also, I'm wondering if that is the lady that I guess her mother earlier was complaining about or mentioning that is blind, which would make sense why she's noting shit down.
Oh. Yes, I remember it now. Bits of trivia. Let's skip that day for now.
Aha. Ma'am, what is your name? You have a very familiar hairstyle. Aha. Yeah. Well, this will be an interesting story. Okay. So is this version... Well, for me, this would be chronologically going version number 3 now, I guess. For chronological release order of stories, as in patch order, this would be version number 2. Considering version number 1 you don't even get to see in the Melania story. Then is this, and then there is the one in... when did that one appear for the first time again? Was it 1.9 or was it 1.7? I can't remember. I do remember her clearly in the story, but I don't remember when her first appearance was. Regardless, what's your full name, ma'am?
Yes, madam.
Not just madam.
October 19th, partly sunny. I elaborated on my plan in my speech in the park. One of my arguments mentioned the Shuori festival in the Eastern Land.
Legend of the Shuori festival.
I was gratified to see that the audience was drawn to the relations between land worship and the historical geological features in Asia, and the investigation materials about a long-lost arcane skill.
Long-lost arcane skill?
While the forms of land worship vary from one religion to another, the stories about an Eastern arcane skill known to the merchants as Ask and Acquire are almost identical.
Okay.
In those stories, men and women with determined minds overcame the highest mountain and the deepest canyon to seek an answer. They patiently endured the suffering like the ascetics, pleading for the gods of Shuori's motherly mercy and hoping to be given what they asked.
The girl quickly makes a note of these important words, from unknown to familiar. She has known these names for a long time.
Even to this day, after the Seekers are long gone, the god has never shown itself to any one of us. But we know it was there, for there is no better proof of the Ask and Acquire than this revived land. There is a sureness in people's remarks on Ask and Acquire. They are certain about its authenticity, like any geologist would not doubt the difference of soils in floodplains and mountains. That's right. Do we really have to see it to believe it? None of us have ever touched one sedimentary rock, but we can infer that such a thing exists.
The girl's speedy transcription follows in close synchronization with the speaker's words, but even so, she hesitates at this moment.
Madam, your analogy?
Is there a problem?
The existence of sedimentary rock can be verified, but that of the lost arcane skill cannot.
Which is what I'm going to do now, to find the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle.
Pardon me, ladies.
Oh hi, you have a unique portrait? A third voice rings out. A young man in glasses tidies up his clothes and walks towards them.
She's right. We do need to find something, otherwise, how are we supposed to make up for this time we've spent running and waiting?
All these question mark people. Can I get a name?
What?
Take a good look around.
The girl realizes that there will be nothing more for her to record today, and puts away her pen and paper. Then she stands to take in a complete view of these steps now that the roaring wind and rain have ceased. Vultures, the same color as the dark earth, hover above their heads, gazing with a scavenger's intent at all the creatures below them that seem to have stopped moving.
The rain has stopped.
Yes.
Don't act like you just noticed it, miss. How much longer are we going to wait, huh? Long enough for the vultures to eat the flesh and bones?
You!
Mr. Krolik, you're troubled by unnecessary concerns.
Okay, so yeah, her name is Besmert. Krolik?
The vultures
Interesting.
are scavengers. They are here only for the animal corpses brought by the thunderstorm. They will leave us alone.
So they don't pose a threat. Then what's with the waiting?
His hurried speech reveals his nervousness, though Yanisei doesn't understand why.
If you're trying to get us back on the road, you have the right to propose it directly. The team discusses to decide the next step. That's how things have worked all the way. We are not trying to waste your time.
That's what I mean. We should get going now.
Okay.
I see. We will suggest the directions as usual, and everyone will vote to decide, and...
Oh no, you don't get it. There's no need to discuss or vote.
He's very impatient.
Because we are not going forward, but going back. That's the only direction available.
Huh? Why? Yanisei stares silently at Krolik. She disagrees, but politely waits for him to finish speaking.
I'm not the only one with this idea, Miss Besmer. Those legends from the East, that the show festival, is it? And the arcane trick you call ask and acquire. None of them matter more than our lives.
He's right. The girl can only turn her head in silence further away, to that desolate, boundless, snowless winter landscape, all that remained of the temperate land after its withered grass scattered with the wind. The storm they had encountered had blown through here as well, sweeping away almost every living thing. And the young man's purpose is as clear as the open land that lies in front of him.
Can anyone promise there won't be another emergency like this? What if we can't find shelter next time? Yeah. We'll be lying dead out there just like those corpses.
I hear you.
It has been 37 days since they left Omsk, heading south. The 5th day on these steppes, they have gone without fresh water. Oh, ooh, yeah, that is... If everything had gone according to plan, they would have already been setting in the supply station drinking tea, if they hadn't encountered this sudden storm. Yet the two people who put this very team together did not anticipate such an eventuality. Also, I'm guessing here, because the storm brought in corpses and everything, I'm guessing this is a regular storm. not the storm.
Given what happened earlier, it is only reasonable that you would wish to return.
This marks a moment of disagreement, when all the half-met measures sow the seeds of discord. Well, this journey has started immediately interesting already. Okay, Adagio? If the next note after this is not called 4 strings, I'm gonna riot. Okay, very interesting. So I don't know if this whole story is gonna play out like a memory, but that's gonna be interesting if so. Also, why would she forget? I guess that's gonna be another mystery to unravel. Anyway, Adagio. Raise your hand and settle this like civilized people. I swear, if Adagio 4 string starts playing, I'm gonna riot as well, because that will that will nuke the video. There is neither a single voice of opposition nor one of support from their fellow travelers. If Bismarck could see their expressions, she might realize that this silent assent had actually been the sound of plotting minds.
So are we on the same page?
I fully understand where you're coming from, and I acknowledge your reasoning.
She's so calm.
What are you trying to...
But we still need a vote to decide.
Krolik opens his eyes wide, pure joy flickering within them, and waits for the person in front of him to utter the words he longs to hear.
Wait.
Yanisei couldn't stop the inevitable. The explorer, with a knack for speeches, always seems to have a strong belief in her own persuasiveness.
No problem, of course. It's the civilized way to solve it. But I require we skip the speech. We have no time to waste on your monologue.
No. Let her talk.
All right.
Aw.
Madam!
She's in a panic.
Gentlemen. If you agree to go back, please, raise your hand.
As these words land on the listeners, not far behind him, the people slowly begin to raise their hands to their ears, fingers crossed. In the end, Krolik has it. He faces both of them, simply raising his hands, as though grandstanding somewhat, and a victorious smile stretches across his face.
4-2. See, we can make decisions in no time. right?
Well...
This is their trap, madame. We can't just... Are you really fine with going back empty-handed like this?
The vote was required by Miss Besmert, not me. And you... I'll take it that you're challenging me to a duel if you continue with this slander.
A duel? What kind of duel are we talking about? A duel to the death?
No, good sir, please don't take it the wrong way. We don't have to go physical.
Oh, actually, okay. So like the Vienna stuff.
What about Mr. Urian? He has not voted yet, so the vote is not over.
The girl believes she has reached the heart of the matter, even if her rational mind knows that a single vote would be of no use. Still, she insists.
Oh, he's too tired to show up. But I'm sure he shares the same idea with us because... we are all humans. Of course, he's on our side.
Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, great. We're doing this again. Yanisei doesn't intend to say much to the young man, and decides to cross over to the group of people ahead to search for their final voter. That is until another tall man stands up, seemingly to block her path.
Say no more, Krolik. Pack your things. Let's head back.
Fine. We'll split up from here then.
We'll take all the supplies with us, or we can't make our way back. No discussion.
Damn. He looks even tougher than the communicators they sent, and after saying his piece, he brushes past Yanisei down through the narrow rock crevice and leads the way toward the supply box behind him. A moment ago, they were all there, recounting their previous journey together.
Gentlemen, the team was put together in good faith. Perhaps we should negotiate, not...
Yanisei's solution is to chase after him and plant herself between the man and Besmert.
The compass doesn't work here. You need me to find the way back. Leave our supplies, and I'll show you the way.
Alright, that's one way to negotiate.
You have to do this the hard way.
The man shakes his head, clearly unwilling to accept the proposal. In her shock, Yanisei instinctively protects the person behind her, realizing that confrontation seems inevitable. Combat. Okay, who are we fighting? Expedition Member 1, Investigator Potocki, and Investigator Ivan. Okay, Member 1, one of the team's investigators. He once had grand ambitions, scaling peaks and traversing valleys, scaling. But now all he desires is the warmth and comfort of his own heart. Okay. Potocki, he once had grand ambitions, okay, same thing. But now all Potocki desires is the warmth, okay, same thing, is just replacing or adding a name in. Ivan. He chased after hope, but all he found was disappointment. They call him Indecisive Ivan, and that's exactly what people need him to be. Okay. Anything interesting on these things? Final negotiation? Coercions? Warnings? Same, okay. Final negotiation. Coercion? Same thing. Persuasions. Cool. Anyway, that... Actually, wait. Let me replace you with... you.
Пожалуйста, пропустите меня.
So we get some trust bonding in here.
May the flow take their souls to the sea in the north.
Horsey! Sure. Well, you guys will not last long. Boop. And boop.
К вашим услугам.
The fact that he actually lived that attack, I'm shocked.
Remember, it's called lending a hand.
Yes.
That, my friends, is not how civilized people solve their problem.
Well, that's another unique looking character. The voice is calm and composed, but its gravity brings a swift end to the playful duel.
Mr. Jorian!
In a makeshift team of this sort, the eldest member is often bestowed a special prestige based on their experience.
Mr. Jurian.
Monsieur Krolik, I thought you were here to discuss the reallocation of supplies with Madame Besmer. I didn't expect this.
Well...
It's true that you didn't choose to be here. You are here because you have an important mission given by the governor to complete.
Where is this guy from? It's not... I'm not sure if... Is that a French accent? Yeah, it would make sense.
Far. Do you really want to give up now?
The man's frame visibly shrinks. Their pretense of communication has been exposed, and every word spoken by his elder makes it more and more impossible for him to offer a rebuttal.
As for you, gentlemen, Petrov, I'm surprised you're here too. It's a risk that none of us expected. But it shouldn't have broken your will. I remember you showed a great interest in those ancient strata in the south when we were at the speech.
All we need is safety. There will always be a buffer period after extreme weather. We should seize the chance and head back. If you persuade Miss Besmet to give us a confirmed date before which we can find the running water and come back, we can stick to the original plan.
Madame Besmer?
Certainly. You see, these are all negotiable.
Wait, about the date. We can only decide after making an inventory.
While hearing these words, the man takes out his pocket watch, shakes it twice, and shows Yanisei the current time.
You have 30 minutes.
That's enough.
A brief consensus is reached, and the others scatter back to their former places, gathering supply boxes together and waiting for a response from the two in charge. Besmer casually touches the wooden boxes. The young girl comes to her aid with a pen and paper, making a quiet record of things. For a moment, the only sound between them is of pen on paper.
You know... Mr. Jorian is very interested in Arcanum and Arcanists. He is the keenest supporter of our journey besides the governor. Even if his understanding of Ask and Acquire is significantly... different from mine.
The girl continues her rummaging and recording, while responding gently and deftly to Besmert's habitual broaching of this parallel topic. I do wonder what this spell is supposed to be. They haven't said anything specific yet outside of its name.
The legend of Ask and Acquire, as told by many merchants, always involves a certain price. The price takes different forms in the stories, but mostly it is a great danger.
Okay. What is this? Full Alchemist Brotherhood equivalent exchange? You ask for something from alchemy, but it takes something in return? Where's Alphonse? Where's my boy?
I believe that refers to the highest mountain and deepest canyon in those stories.
I reckon so. But Mr. Jorian, as a human historian studying the arcane skill, believes it's a form of exchange that Arcanists make with nature.
And you think he's wrong?
At this stage, we can't verify anything, so all these assumptions will have to remain assumptions. However, as we are getting closer to that mysterious land, my craving for its knowledge is also becoming stronger.
I can smell it! Between these words, Besmert walks around to another box and notices that the closer the instrument is placed to it, the more distinctly she can smell the alcohol. It is obvious that the alcohol prepared for boiling point measurements had been used as an emergency resource during the night when the temperament dropped drastically. Emergency resource. That's what I'm gonna call my whiskey from now on. We shouldn't ask too much from such a ragtag team.
What do we know about the supplies?
Put aside the water problem, the supplies can feed everyone for 8 days, maybe 12 if we economize. We can hold even longer if there are any preys or herders along the way.
Are there any supply stations?
Our supply stations are not on these plains. At least not on the map.
How much drinking water and alcohol do we have left?
Approximately...
Uh-huh. 5 minutes.
Oh, great. These idiots put water in the alcohol. Now we are short of both.
Oh, good.
At least the alcohol has kept them warm.
That is one way to look at it.
They could have just drunk the alcohol.
All right, child. Now we should focus on the direction for the next step, not these bits of trivia. Regarding which, just to be clear, what I have in mind is only slightly better than nothing.
Better how?
The moist air and the soil. Have you noticed? The soil beneath our feet is way too sticky, even for a land after a thunderstorm.
Uh-huh.
I'm not entirely sure about this, but I tend to think that there is groundwater beneath us.
Also, I haven't talked about this at all, but I keep looking at her face and I'm like, you guys are always finding a way to hide her face, aren't you? from the other one, from the other lookalike of her in on the island, it was a what's the word I'm looking for? I wanted to say band-aid for some reason. It was a blindfold, and now it's a hat that's just pulled over over her eyes. Come on, show me the eyes! I know it's a blind person, but show me the eyes! Anyway.
Which means we are close to running water.
All right. Let me think about how to get us there.
Can't you use your arcane skill?
What? Just because you don't know what to do doesn't mean you should count on this thing. You're not like them.
Uh-huh.
I just want to make use of everything we have.
Fine, I told you how it works. Without new running water, the old samples in the bottles can only show us the way back. That's the best they can do.
This thing. To prove this, the girl takes a glass bottle from her person and places it in the waiting doubtful hand.
This one is from the lower course of the River. The arcane energy I can use for divination is almost faded away. Can it show us the way back? Sure, but that's not what we want. Only Mr. Krolik and his men would be happy to hear that.
Upon hearing this, Besmirth stands up straight. Although she cannot see her eyes, her silent posture alone seems to affect an aura of rapid thought. Yanisei looks up at her and can almost hear the sound of gears spinning in her skull.
To think on the bright side, we still have a chance to go home.
But I didn't leave my homeland to go back there, madam.
Yes, I know. I feel the same. I'm not suggesting we turn back immediately. It's just an option. To the best of my recollection, such moist soil is often found in the mountains and floodplains of the temperate zone, especially in the forest steppes covered with Chernozem. The landscape is very different from where we are now.
Uh-huh.
Before we sheltered from the thunderstorm, you told me about a mountain in the southeast. It blocked the horizon from our sight, right?
The girl's eyes widen upon hearing those words, the expression of a hopeful epiphany.
Based on this, I would assume the thunderstorm was the result of a stronger convection coming from the other side of the mountain. Now, on the steppe, to form a cloud large enough to bring a thunderstorm would require a large amount of running water.
And the source of the running water is probably on the other side of the mountain.
Exactly. We can set off in that general direction. We might not find any water there. That's the worst result. In that case, we can still return here with the help of your arcane skill. As long as we have that glass bottle with us.
Oh god, don't say that.
That's right.
We tell them We need another 5 days.
Besmirth grips the glass bottle in her hand, as though clinging on to one final trace of hope.
They won't accept more days than that. If they won't even settle for this, I will convince them, like I did when I first got them on the team.
Huh. Alright, she's a diplomat. Or rather has very diplomatic tendencies. Interesting. Interesting comparing her just mentally to... I mean, the one on the island was also kind of like the talker type, but more so like a passive listener than anything else. This one seems way more active. The fairyland? This meadow is an anomaly in this environment, only possible during extreme temperature shifts. It could be caused by fungus or a mysterious creature passing through. Uh-huh. Well, at least according to... according to this, you're next to a river now. Besmirth did indeed succeed. On one hand, as she clearly points out the direction of her thinking and provides reasons and arguments for her judgment, her human companions are easily convinced. On the other hand, all other concerns soon cease to be of significance. 2 days later. Well, this background looks way more green than the other one. And there's a river. The girl's eyes widen as she looks blinking at the flowing stream appearing seemingly from thin air not far from them, as though staring at it might restore it all to its original state. She remembers clearly when she was only a mile from here yesterday evening. There was nothing to indicate the presence of such a miraculous hidden feature.
Mademoiselles, this is a miracle. I'm glad we didn't give up and go back.
Okay, this guy's definitely French.
Wait. Something's not right.
Yeah. If you didn't see this from a distance, how is it here then, huh?
What are we waiting for?
Is it just a Fata Morgana, somehow? Like a mass hysteria, kind of... Everybody is imagining the same shit, or seeing the same shit. That can also happen. Not intending to wait for an answer, he runs towards the stream. An unheeded reaction to the long labors of their journey through the desolate wilderness.
We are on the right path. I have nothing to say.
The humans move briskly towards the rushing stream. For a moment, only the two Arcanists remain skeptical about this new variable.
No, wait. Please don't.
Yep. Right. Unable or unwilling to heed her shouts, they rush into the stream, sinking their faces into the water and pulling them out with smiles as wide as if they had never seen such natural beauty before. Standing beside Besmirth, who had failed to stop their advance, the red-haired girl cautiously retreats as well, marking a sharp contrast with the humans who embrace the water like a fish too long in the air.
What? Madam, you didn't tell us the running water was right on the side when we pitched camp yesterday.
Because it wasn't.
Yes, because I didn't notice any signs of water.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was your doing.
I wish it was. But sadly, this is beyond my power. I'm not even sure if we are still staying on the planned route.
What is your power? This is obviously not good news, as Yanisei's silence reveals. Besmirth immediately realizes the ambiguity of her words.
Indeed. I can hear the river flowing and running against the stones and shores.
Okay.
Have you noticed anything else?
Yes. I'm not an expert, though. The soil here is moist too, but it feels different. Like just dampened by frequent spring rains. The dry air of winter has completely gone.
And the grass here looks nothing like the temperate grass we should be seeing in December. It's so green, as if it were April or May now.
What did you guys wander in?
But we haven't gone that far. Is this some kind of illusion brought by arcane power?
Whether it's an illusion or something else, there must be something wrong with the water they drank.
You're right. We can't let them drink it.
Yet their rational reputations could not change the fact that their companions had already drunk from the abandoned water. Abnormal water. Besmert instinctively runs forward, wishing to minimize the damage before things get worse.
Gentlemen, please listen. The water!
Hold on, madam. It's too late.
Yanisei grabs her hand, trying to prevent Besmert from running in a panic and potentially suffering a fall. Besmert still wishes to rush forward, but finds herself unable to break free.
I have to tell them. I am the reason why they are here.
Listen. They have filled the water bags and are coming back.
Okay, they're still fine. Their momentary joy at finally being able to move forward is rapidly diluted. The only consolation is that the human walking back toward the two of them still appears to be normal.
What's wrong? Are you not going to fill your water bags?
Nothing. We'll go later.
The water is clean, you can even see the trout swimming. Too bad we need to keep our packs light.
Thank you. We'll fill our bags once we figure out which way we should go next.
Krolik is still by the river. He seems parched. Is he the reason you didn't go there?
No.
Alright, no problem then. I'll go check and feel the rest.
Their tall companion nods and walks past the two of them, and toward the previously set down baggage. Once he is gone, Yanisei speaks once more.
Please, wait here, madam. I'll go check.
Madame Besmert!
Uh-huh.
Mr. Jorian, did you drink the water?
Oh, I did. Just like Petrov said, the water is clean. A bit sweet to taste, even.
Uh-huh.
That's good then. You were looking for me. Is there a problem?
No. Look, I know you don't need any compliments. But thank you for leading us to the running water. I'm glad you once again earned their trust.
Maybe we should thank the Ask and Acquire.
Huh?
Now, it's time for us to set out again for the Eastern Arcane skill you mentioned. But before we do that, I remember you once mentioned your assistant during your speech, saying her arcane skill was related to water and could find directions in the wild.
Yeah, but this is not her. Okay, ask and acquire. What if that arcane skill went off somehow? Or it's kind of present in the area? Or it's an area itself? What's gonna be the one thing that's gonna ask in return from them?
Yes, you remember it correctly.
A glad smile of acknowledgement appears on the face of the middle-aged man, his enthusiasm compelling him to ask one question after another.
Ah, that is so wonderful. Earlier you said that this was a safe gap, but at the time you did not explain in detail how it would work. Now, may I have the honor to witness it? How does she communicate with water? Will she be possessed? Or like those mystics in the palace?
Sir, my arcane skill cannot predict what will happen precisely, and it is not cast through possession. Please do not overestimate what you don't understand and simply count on it.
Damn.
I know, child. I'm only curious and hoping to see it with my own eyes.
Yanisei is way more sassier than she appears on first glance.
No, sir. It is not an exhibit in the museum or a play in the theater.
Oh.
The girl shakes her head and firmly refuses Jurian's request once again. But he doesn't care. He has received more of an answer than he expected, and as he leaves, he smiles and straightens his collar again, bidding goodbye to both of them, respectively.
They look all right.
For now, yes. I feel uneasy about it. I have to go there.
There is little you can do even if you go there, given the condition of your eyes. I will go check them, one by one.
Wait. Mr. Jorian just asked about your arcane power. Maybe now was a good time.
What?
When you look for the direction with your arcane skill, check if the water is real.
What if it's not?
In that case, child, we have no choice but to divine our way back, with the water in your bottle.
Besmirt's worried and helpless words echo in Yanisei's ears.
Fine, I'll do it. I will find the direction through divination, verify if the water is running, and check if anything's wrong.
The girl takes a step forward and walks toward the strange babbling stream. Yanisei walks barefoot into the river. Flowing water on a temperate plateau like this should naturally be cold. It gently laps at her feet. She closes her eyes, trying to make herself unaware of the temperature.
Пожалуйста, теките, теките. Пусть ваша милосердная любовь и забота плывут вместе с пеной вдаль. По пути вы сможете поливать корни, увлажнять траву и обливать душу медом. Как будто поднять поток с рифа, об который разбиваются волны.
The light spots gather and gradually fill the empty glass bottle.
Я пойду к этому потоку. Все будет так, как я сказала.
Very pretty.
Southeast.
The empty glass bottle falls from her loosened grip. The girl looks dazed as she picks up her damp and heavy feet from the water, heading to the southeast. Oh, she's calling out to her. Oh, she's in a complete daze. Half of her mind is still in the realm of delirium. The sounds she hears are fragmented into pieces that she can only attempt to fit together. Yet through the difficulty of her present state of mind, she tries her best to make sense of what Besmirt is saying.
You've seen something, haven't you?
Damn, this really takes it out of her.
Easy, Yenny. Take your time.
Yes. Yes. The sign has come out. I asked the river to show me the place with the strongest arcane energy. Then it pointed at the southeast among all the other directions. That is probably the direction we are looking for. And yes, this river is real. Running water. It is flowing with vitality.
Huh, interesting.
All right. Perhaps I was wrong.
It's never wrong to consider all the possibilities, madam.
That is true.
Please, wait here. I will mark the direction and inform everyone of it.
Sure.
Huh, okay, so it is a real river. So I guess now the question is, how did they not see the river when they were approaching this location? How was it still invisible? Okay. Strange horses. The walking man, the crouching animal, in the blink of an eye, in a fleeting moment. Okay. Hey! Sorry. No, why did I? Why did I do this? The spring scenery of the steppes stretches out to the edge of the horizon. The expedition team continues to trek in the direction indicated by the river. As they do, they scarcely notice as the terrain beneath them changes, until the party at last finds themselves walking across bare rock. The uneven green rocks merge with grayish and purple granite, rough and jagged. In spots, tumbleweed and sandrice plants pierce through the jagged stone, billowing and cascading, and then plummeting down the cliff. The travelers also feel as though they're moving downwards, as the surrounding peculiarities increase, so too does their breathing, which becomes increasingly restricted. You okay?
You did prove yourself right by finding running water for us.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not judging you this time.
But why so many steps?
Are we going the wrong way?
No, this is the right direction.
But it's getting harder and harder to breathe, even if we are going down the mountain.
Huh. Okay, yeah, obviously when you go up the mountain it gets harder and harder to breathe because oxygen becomes more thinner. Interesting that it's happening going down the mountain.
What about you, madam? Are you feeling all right?
I feel fine. Perhaps because I'm used to climbing mountains. But we are definitely 3,000 meters above the sea level now. It's normal if you're feeling unwell at this height. If only we still had alcohol.
That definitely explains it. Also alcohol?
Well, it's just a thought. I wouldn't have gathered enough courage to climb up that slope if I hadn't taken the last few sips.
Miss Mert shakes her head, dispelling unnecessary thoughts, and instead pursues another possibility.
But, child, are you sure we are on the right path?
I don't think it's wrong. The clearer the sign, the higher the accuracy. And the sign I just saw happened to be exceptionally clear.
What about the others? Are you feeling all right? Shall we stop and take a short break?
I have a bad feeling. Instead of a break, we need a new direction. Back home, for example.
Before we do anything, can we have some rest? My head has been pounding for a while. I thought it was common in the mountains and you all felt the same.
Yes. Headache is a common altitude sickness, sir.
The lack of oxygen?
Wait, is that tumbleweed? I don't think it belongs here.
Yanisei... the released tumbleweed. Yanisei finally notices a large bundle trotting on not far away.
I hear... Are they rolling nearby? Are you sure? This is not the right season for them to roll and spread seeds.
I'm not seeing things, I guess. But I don't know why they are here. And those flowers.
The team members at the end of their procession stop in their tracks. The others beside him also stop as a result. Until the entire team comes to a standstill.
Something's wrong.
Hey, you! Where are you taking us? Haven't you noticed the rocks around us? Their color is abnormal. I've never seen anything like this. Not even in books. And look at the holes in the rocks. They were made by water erosion. And that's not supposed to happen in this climate.
Calm down, sir. Perhaps we have reached somewhere beyond the other adventurers' records, but that's all.
What about this? How are you going to explain it? Another one of your stupid arcane skill tricks?
The shit is this? Yanisei lowers her head to look at what seem to be ordinary yellow flowers. Oh. Ugh. But these flowers wither almost immediately after blooming. It would be difficult to describe such a scene as anything less than a miracle or a curse.
What? This is...
Or super quick aging?
What is it? Explain what?
I don't know what species it is. It looks like a mini sunflower, but...
Told you we should head back. Something's wrong with this dump.
Agree. We have a situation now. We should go back while we still can.
Mademoiselles, I have to say this is beyond my imagination.
Yanisei says nothing.
Flower, yes? Why are you all so scared? I can't see, but...
Miss Mert reaches out to grasp the flowers again, but the petals wither beneath her fingertips. Now more puzzled, she tries touching a complete cluster, but only ends up with a handful of withered husks. The scent of these withered fragments turns rotten as their sweet fragrance disappears, leaving her having captured only the base note of their perfume.
The smell.
Everything is wrong here. The fog is not supposed to form in this latitude. The terrain is strange, and the plants, they wither in an instant.
I don't want to say this, but this place seems to be cursed. These phenomena make no sense. We have to go back now.
The voice of the young man is more resolute than ever before. Faced with such a bizarre situation, escape is unarguably the most rational choice.
You heard them, madam. What do you say? Things are indeed weird.
No, we are not returning. We have made it through the thunderstorm. What could be more dangerous than that?
Oh, I don't know, quick aging, arcane bullshittery on a mountain?
Perhaps we are getting close. Like those merchants said, there will be a price we must pay for the ask and acquire. Mr. Jurian, you also asked me about it. Don't you remember?
Oh good. Is the prize that is being acquired right now your own life force, your own time?
On the contrary, madame, I remember it clearly. I have also told you my suspicion. It could be an exchange made between the Arcanists and nature.
What? Of course not.
Look around you. All these bizarre phenomena. You know I wasn't making things up. You set out to pursue that arcane skill, yet we ended up here.
Did he just seriously tell a blind person to look around them? Jurian, please.
I don't know what your next plan is, but count me out.
Agitated by this abnormal phenomenon and talk of a possible sacrifice, the young man pushes Besmirta aside and stands with the others at the back of the group. A previous scene of division and opposition repeats itself. We're back to square one.
I swear on my life, that is not my intention.
Madame Besmirts would never do that. The point is the compass doesn't work here. You will get lost on the way back without me.
There's no doubt this is part of your scheme.
Excuse me?
Mr. Jurian already told us about your secret arcane skill. It's our last hope of getting home in this plight.
Uh-huh.
We trust him. That being the case, you must come with us.
No, I came here with Madame Besmirts. I'm not leaving without her.
Yanisei also expresses her intentions clearly, never having been one to be swayed by external forces unless...
Let's
It's fine, madame. We can keep going on our own.
Let's go back.
Oh? Oh? Unless the person she is supporting lowers her head first.
It's all right. Though I can't see, I can imagine how shocking it must be to make you so uneasy when we get back to the pasture land.
I'm sorry, madam. We're not taking you.
Oh, what? Excuse me?
I don't think we have enough supplies for everyone to make it back. So certainly someone must be abandoned.
How about you? Yanisei takes a step closer until she is completely blocking the depressed Besmirt's path.
Then allow me to say no. I will not show you the way without Madame Besmirts in the team.
Good choice.
No, Yenny. You're going with them.
But they're leaving you behind.
Looks like your assistant has made her own decision. Sorry, but I never thought it would end up like this.
Enough with the talking. My apologies, ladies.
Oh, good.
What? What are you doing?
They're being ding-dongs because they're in a panic. They are now facing each other, seeming to have decided to end their dispute through force. They are actually aware that sacrificing one might save the many. It is a simple matter of arithmetic. I mean, sure, but they're more in a panic than anything else. Oh god, everybody. Member 1, okay, same text. Member 2. He chased after hope, but all he found was disappointment. They say he's indecisive And that's exactly what people need him to be. Final negotiation, coercion, persuasion, okay. Member 1, any difference? No, same thing, same thing. And our member 1, okay.
Field check complete.
Okay, everybody.
Prepare to be drowned.
You won't get away. Case closed. I'll be sure to write a report and put it on your table.
Thanks. Oh, shit. He turned into a horse. What? What? Excuse me? Standing upright is a phenomenon exclusive to humans. It is a miracle born of a desire to break free from the earth and move upward towards the sky. The outcome unfolds quite apart from everyone's expectations.
What?
Striped horse question marks? Okay.
I don't understand. What is going on?
Even though they acknowledged the untimely nature of their dispute, they are left with to witness all hope of reconciliation disintegrate before them. Yanisei receives no answer, as the people standing in front of her now have lost the ability to reply. Oh, did they all turn into horses? What the shit happened? Huh? Is it the water? To be continued, nice! What? They all turn into horsies! Also, I'm still waiting for, the other characters on, what the... Oh, I was about to say... One of the two characters on the poster for this thing has finally shown up. Language barrier. A tower built of snow. How come no one has ever mentioned it before? Good question. Barrier. The trigger word for Lloyd Bannings. Alright.
No way.
Horsey. Turning around, she finds that her companion has transformed in an instant from a human on 2 feet to a strange, hoofed animal on all 4s. As the only person to have witnessed the entire process in detail, with every aspect too difficult to comprehend, she can only turn her puzzled gaze toward her elder. But Besmerd is also in the dark.
What's this noise? Mr. Krolek?
The only answer she receives is the impatient steering of the odd-toed, undulated as it tramples the grass.
Mr. Jorian.
That'd be him.
Strange. I heard animals. What happened?
He just embraced his animal side?
Yanisei, I can't see. I need your help. Oh dear. Give me a minute. Looks like they turned into, I don't know, striped horses? Sorry, I'm not sure. I've only seen similar animals in books. They look a bit smaller than horses, but taller and bigger than donkeys. And they have yellow stripes on their skin.
Yellow?
Perhaps some local species on the temperate steppe. Are you certain they're transformed from Mr. Jorian and others? Not the livestock of nearby herders. I didn't cast any violent arcane skills on them, nor did you. Besides, I didn't sense any fluctuations of arcane energy.
I'm sorry, madam. I have no idea.
I think if this wasn't because of us, there must be someone else around. Stay close to me.
A winged friend? The importance of rallying together and remaining vigilant has already been proven to them. Oh, the sound of raptor wings rapidly slicking through the air rushes toward the two travelers and their horses.
It's here. Watch out.
What is it?
Some bird of prey. It's fast, judging from the flapping sound of its wings. We must go up front to protect Mr. Jorian and the others. They might be its target. Oh, yes, the flint. Take out the flint. Kindle the sandrice to drive it away.
Need to resist the urge to say the other thing with flint. Need to resist the urge to say the meme thing.
No, wait.
Flint and steel.
I don't think that's a bird of prey, but the human with wings. And it's not coming any closer?
Uh-huh. The girl hesitates upon hearing the sound of music. The music had been playing for only a short while. When those huge wings steered the air into a violent storm, it was totally drowned out. It wasn't until it gave up on advancing that the slow flapping of the wings was covered up by the music. Also very pretty. Very pretty tone. But the tune of the music is unknown to all present. The music starts from the bird and spreads around, like a torrential rain, enveloping the restless brown animals on the ground below. The horses look up in search of the source of this melody, as do the two other listeners. It is a simple and repetitive melody, but more than enough to consume Besmirt's full attention. Uh-huh. Okay. Birdman. Something like a Tengu? Oh, she does have a blindfold. Alright.
Madam, that thing is a...
Why is she muted? That thing is a creature with a human's head and a bird's body. The fierce step winds carry off her cries.
What? What did you say?
Oh, the wind is just
I can't hear.
The wind is just too strong.
I said that thing looks like a human with wings!
A human? You mean it has the face of a human? Is the music also coming from it?
Yes!
The music playing winged creature with a human's face. Sounds familiar, don't you think?
Uh-huh.
An angel? You're not serious.
No.
But the angels blow trumpets. That stick it uses to play music, I'm not sure whether it's a wand or some instrument.
Uh-huh. A flute? The girl's voice cannot conceal her doubts. She grabs Besmirt, wishing to step back, but remembers not to stray too far from the horses. This conflict between her instinct and reason is revealed in her fragmented words. She tries to understand the current situation, but finds it strangely difficult.
Madam, we...
Calm down, child. Look closer and tell me. What does it look like? What about its wand?
It has a human's head, dressed in grey, with black wings instead of arms. Looks like a huge bird of prey.
I cannot wait for the guy to, in some suave way, just approach him and be like, "Ladies, come here often."
While the wand, I don't know how to describe it.
The girl hurriedly lifts her head again to confirm, and add a supplementary defense to that which she still cannot clearly express.
But the thing is not even holding it. It's making the sound in mid-air.
Oh!
Sounds like a harpy, if there wasn't a wand.
But it doesn't quite fit the descriptions in the book. Neither the color of its feathers nor the environment does.
As they're trying to figure out what's going on, the horses, affecting a brisk piff, look up at the source of the sound. After a brief moment, the harpy turns around, flapping its wings and slowly flying away, with the horses following closely behind as if compelled. Okay?
Mr. Julian, they are leaving after that thing!
Stay calm, Yanisei. They must be under its control. but I'm not sure if a harpy can manipulate its subjects from a distance.
Oh, I kind of just realized the horses they did turn into. Shit, I cannot remember. I vaguely remember hearing quite a while ago about like an extinct species of a horse that pretty much looked like a normal horse on first glance, but had those weird like stripes as well. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, Besmirth strains to extract something useful from her mind, hoping to find anything that might explain the absurdities before her. In the end, she gains nothing, but the doubt strikes at her head again like a well-paced hammer.
All right. Let's hope that...
Hope that Harpy doesn't eat horses? Madam, we can't just stand here and hope.
Nonsense. Hope that this is just a mind-controlling arcane skill, and they're just affected by it.
Probably.
That's right. We must follow that creature and break the spell on them. Now you need to...
Uh-huh. Besmirth grabs Yanisei, while her other hand points firmly upstream toward the herd of horses. Yanisei takes only a moment to understand her intentions and calms down.
Alright, I see what you mean. I'll go first. Please listen carefully to my footsteps and find us as soon as possible.
Ah. Okay. Unfortunately... Ooh. They quickly realize the creature doesn't need to look back to know what's going on behind it. It merely raises its talons to deftly parry Yanisei's attacks. That is to say, they realize soon enough that its power is far beyond what the two of them had imagined.
Hold there! What on earth do you want? Answer me!
Doesn't respond back. Perhaps it is because of this disparity in strength that the harpy seems not to feel any need to pay attention. It whirls around in midair. However, Yanisei struggled to see any discernible expressions on its human face.
归去.
Well, I was kinda on the point with the depth of this voice. Turn thee back.
此处并无尔等所寻之物.
Seek what thou desire elsewhere.
What?
既如此，不如归去.
Turn thee back. There is naught to find here.
What is this sound? Speaking or singing? Sounds like a young man. How so?
He speaks. He speaks in Chinese.
Well, at least it's definitely not a harpy.
Perhaps it's talking, but the tone sounds strange. I've never heard any language like this.
Yanisei tries in vain to continue forward, but the giant bird shakes its head in the air as though issuing a warning.
若执着于此，便是光阴蹉跎，前程枉然。
Thine pursuit will cost thee greatly, and yet little will be thy reward.
勿要上前了。
Tread not one step more. As the wings of the giant bird rise and heave, in addition to the strange instrument, the horses also turn around. Their unhinged companions stand in the way as the music suddenly shifts from a melodious tone to a piercing frenzy. It paints the scene of a hopeless conflict. Oh, good. Oh, good. We're fighting for horses, aren't we? We are. Striped horse. A typical horse with striped markings. Now, without the need for argument or shyness, a rope has once again replaced its will. Great. Strangers beware. Heart kick. Hoof stomp. Of course. Oh, of course. Sure. Why not?
Field check complete. Move carefully.
Okay. Horsies. Many horsies.
my responsibility. Finally, it's just you and me, Master.
And there go the horses. These striped horses are driven by the giant bird, turning their heads to block her path. Yanisei can only lift her hands against the encirclement and continue launching her attacks upward.
Gentlemen, get out of the way! Out! And you! Hey, the flying one! You can talk, right? I don't know your language, but if you are going to eat them, you'd better think twice. Horse meat has a bad smell.
He doesn't respond back. The bird remains silent. Yanisei notices a slender white stick poking out from his feathers. Like a bone, but yet also like a wand.
No! Madam, watch out!
Shit is that? Looks like ink
sense
spots.
any hostility.
This attack indicates that it is in fact a wand. Did it maybe give them the ability to understand it? However, the two individuals supposedly subjected to this attack seem unchanged, both physically and mentally. They are exactly as they were before.
Huh?
Don't worry. I'm fine. It wasn't an attack.
As the two of them begin to explore their uncertainty, the figure flapping its wings in the air speaks once again. This time, though, something is different.
Those whom you chase are no longer related to you once they walked in here and moistened their throats with the flowing water.
Oh, it was the water, okay.
They are the Zhizi's concern.
The Jinsei's concern, huh?
No more chasing.
What is a GC? I don't understand. No, wait. I understand his words now. What?
He used a similar spell that the Arcanists are using to make people basically understand each other.
But what is happening? Am I seeing illusions again? Madam, what about
No, it's not an illusion. I can understand it too.
Unbelievable. Is he able to speak different languages? Or can he learn from our conversation in no time?
The attack he just made could be his arcane skill. I can sense the fluctuation of his arcane energy. It's wondrous power that allows people to communicate.
Speculation is unhelpful to your situation. Go back.
I'm sorry, my dude. You're speaking to two explorers. They are all speculation.
To where you came from.
This time, its meaning is clear, but neither these words of advice nor its tone of refusal can shake their resolve. Turning back had never been a consideration before, so of course they wouldn't consider it now.
No. First, you must turn them back. Second, to go back or not is our decision to make, not yours.
Damn, she's so sassy!
That was not my doing.
Yanisei attempts to understand the true meaning hidden in the giant bird's words. Her mind spins rapidly, and countless questions clamber up, desperate to leap from her tongue.
You stopped here and cast that arcane skill for us to talk, which means you think communication is a available choice between us. You just mentioned the flowing water. Do you mean the river we passed by? And you say these striped horses are Jis's concern. I need to know where that place is because they are my teammates. Besides, who on earth are you?
Sexy, my bird sexy?
What you ask, I have no answer.
Then what do you know?
The 4 books and 5 classics, geomancy and feng shui, Changwei divination.
The 4 books and 5 classics. Okay, not familiar with that. Geomancy and Feng Shui? Bit familiar. Changwei divination. Alright.
What are you talking about?
The answers to many questions, naturally.
I love how both sides are talking past each other right now. Okay, what the shit did you two wander into? How the hell did you land in China? Is it like maybe an arcane hotspot that is overlapping with another arcane hotspot somewhere in China or some shit? What is happening here?
Yanisei, listen to me. We might be asking the wrong questions.
I forgot to read this. The doubt in his tone seems to come straight from the bottom of his heart.
But we need to collect more information or buy more time. Whatever we are going to do, we can't just let him go. He will take Mr. Yurian and the team away from us.
But clearly he is reluctant to answer these questions. Perhaps he'd be willing to exchange them for our supplies. He is trying to take them away. Perhaps because they are carrying the supplies he needs.
No, they just seem to have overstepped their boundaries and probably broken a couple of rules.
You mean food or what? Let's
Stop. There's nothing else for you here. And I need nothing. What I yearn for is beyond even my own grasp.
Uh-huh.
Wait! Good sir!
And they're gone. The bird turns around and flaps its wings, flying away much faster than before. This time there is no music, yet the awed creatures follow closely in the wake of the wind raised by the motion of its wings.
Hey! Darn! He flew away!
Did I say anything wrong?
Nah, you're fine.
Don't blame yourself, madam. He appeared to be the unpredictable type. Do you still have the strength to walk? We need to hurry up and go after him.
Besmirk grabs Yanisei's arm and quickly chases after the piercing sound of the wind. Time to chase the bird, man. Alright. Interesting. So... I'm guessing the water was some kind of sacred thing? And drinking it is a big boo-boo? Uh-huh. Especially... Or maybe it's just a big boo-boo because they were from the outside. They're not part of the region. The Yellow Sand Road. Also, I am disappointed. I completely forgot, but I'm disappointed that the next one after I dodge it wasn't for strings, but anyway. Yellow Sand Road. With burning feet and a chill in our throats, we navigate the same the same unknown. Well, there's our Birdman. Okay. In the battle between two legs and four, they find themselves on the back foot. The burdenless horses gallop wildly as the giant bird flies further and further, leaving exhausted Besmet and Yanisei far behind.
Madam.
Their stamina slips away faster than it did before on the plains. Their actions become increasingly labored, and their steps slow to a plodding halt. Yo, the heartbeat.
Are we going upstream? If we are, he must be taking his prey back to his nest. Is there a forest there?
I'm sorry, madam.
Damn.
I can't think right now.
You guys must have been running for a while.
I can't see anything. Only stars.
Are you about to pass out? The girl suddenly realizes that she can no longer pull Besmirk along. With her energy dwindling, the sudden pause only leaves her more flustered.
Huh? Why? Why stop? Huh?
Birdman, stop? Hmm?
I hear horses right in front of us. And people.
Oh, what's going on now? And not just people. Oh, it's shifting again. What the shit, where are you now? Oh, what is this? The Clamor of Commerce, a melody in the trundling... Oh, this is all scrolling. The Clamor of Commerce, a melody in the trundling of carriages, rolling wheels on the ground, and the sound of footsteps on the soil and stones soon follow. No matter what lies ahead.
No, it's not a forest.
No, you found a city, which shouldn't be there. This is an interesting region. Seems to be not an illusion, but maybe pulling them into another reality of something? Maybe a bubble of time and space?
There are walls and people. I don't understand. Wait, could it be?
Or a dream of someone? Could also be. Hard city walls made of earth and stone, and a soaring gate tower, the likes of which they have never seen before, encompass the bustling town and the vivid figures within. The gate is open wide. Pedestrians pass under it, as guards wearing silver armor stand at the entrance to the city. Damn it, silver armor!
Is it a supply station? No. Where on earth are we?
Child, please tell me where we are. I can't hear the rustling of the sand rice anymore. But there are other noises. I'm thinking, is this a settlement?
You're correct, ma'am. The girl shakes her head, failing to answer Besmirt's question. Having never seen such a place before, she is naturally apprehensive of all that stands before her.
No. At least it doesn't look like one. Not like any towns or villages we've seen. I think I'm seeing another illusion. I see a desert, some plants, and a wooden pavilion on the yellow walls. The roof of the pavilion looks like bird wings, and the people down the walls are quite different from us.
Walls and people, right? Only a city has walls around it. I also hear those noises. It's not an illusion.
No, you don't understand. Those yellow walls and the gates don't look real at all. I've never seen any buildings like this. A pavilion on the stone walls with 4 pointy tips around the roof? They seem to be flying in mid-air.
Perhaps it's just a foreign architectural style.
Besides, we couldn't have gone far enough to reach a city. Unless it's a fake one.
Very interesting. It's kind of hitting me slowly, but they are not familiar with Chinese architecture? Like at all? I could understand... No, actually, no. Really? I know times are different and everything, depending on the time period and stuff like that, how much you're exposed to the rest of the world. But really? Considering these two seem very educated and everything, they were never exposed to how Chinese or just Eastern architecture looks in general? Very interesting.
We must not go there, Ashley.
We lost track of the giant bird and the others long before we heard the noises of this city. The last thing I can recall is that the flapping of the huge wings disappeared in the south.
The girl tightly clasps Besmirt's sleeve, realizing that things are sliding in a direction beyond her control.
The city wall before you is also to the south, is it not?
Besmirt quietly turns her face toward Yanisei. Even though the girl knows her eyes are covered by fabric and are unable to see a thing, this gesture still possesses the power of a gaze. A kind of soothing, stable, but at the same time questioning power.
Madam, you are doing it again. You never listen to me.
Child, we are standing in the right place. Behind these walls, our teammates might be suffering due to my misjudgment.
Yanisei pauses a brief moment before she makes up her mind.
The gate is open. I can see the people in the city, but there are guards patrolling around. They are holding some spear-like weapons, and the one in the front looks quite different from us. I don't think they understand our language, even if we ask them to let us in. Remember those herders? Almost impossible to communicate with them without an interpreter.
But you were kind of hit by an arcane skill that makes you understand another language. I do wonder if that lingers here as well still.
Hope our travel documents can get us through that gate.
I don't think they're gonna recognize your travel documents. This doesn't even seem to be the whatever modern times you guys are from. Very interesting. Okay. So far this is very fascinating. Alright, the guests from afar. Is that a rock or is that gonna be a person? Huh. May you, the esteemed guests, feel right at home. Okay, thank you very much. Very nice hospitality, I guess. Okay. Gate. According to Yanisei's description, the peculiar-looking city defenders are all clad in silver armor and bear sharp weapons in their hands. It sounds like a scene from the medieval era. Having passed every barrier smoothly all the way from Omsk, they think the garrison here is also a piece of cake. But as it becomes clear, they're wrong to underestimate them. Even though both sides miraculously understand each other's words, the passes here are still well guarded.
Please show me your pass.
Okay, so they are still capable of talking to each other through the, I guess, the arcane spell.
You have all our documents.
This is not a pass.
Yep.
Sir, you have the documents. Please, take a closer look at them.
I'm not a sir. Please show me the right pass, which shows where you come from and where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have been here if I knew the answers.
No pass, no entry.
The problem seems to lie in both parties failing in the art of effective communication. This bickering back and forth over useless technical pitfalls undoubtedly wastes everyone's time.
I think it has been clearly stated on our documents. The documents were issued by the association. They worked in all the borders in the north. What makes the difference here?
The time and space.
It's not verified. I don't know which pass let you pass with this pass, let alone the writing and the seal on it cannot be recognized.
How many times can you say pass in the same sentence, buddy?
If I let you in, it would be my negligence.
Can we talk to someone else? You don't understand what we are talking about.
I understand every word you say.
Very well. If you do, friend, this is what happened. Our teammates were transformed into horses and taken away by a winged man. We think they might have been brought here, so we need to get into the city to find them. This is urgent. I hope you can understand.
I've been on duty for over 6 hours. There was no such thing as a winged man. You can't fool me with your stupid story. I've seen too many of these little tricks. The rule is, no pass, no entry.
The defender in silver armor looks like a wall of iron from whichever angle he's seen. Yanisei looks up and sees the wooden eaves above the masonry, rising straight into the sky to cast a shadow over the ground. She remembers the giant bird and suddenly wishes she too had wings.
Fine. This man understands our language, but he won't buy it.
Yenny?
Unfortunately, she doesn't have wings, so she must find some other way to deal with their predicament.
Then I will see if we can make it in without this pass.
Uh-oh.
Trying to break in? You're overestimating yourself.
Yeah,
Just trying. Because we are not given any choices, sir.
Wait, Yanisei.
Now she's on a warpath. Oh shit. Oh shit. Are they all the same? Not really. Iron Lock Gao Cheng. A beautiful city gatekeeper. A fine lock forged of copper and iron. Impervious to flattery and bribery. Only the wind can pass freely. Unrelenting presence. Forceful expulsion. Unbending spirit. Stone Lion Li Tao. A beautiful city gatekeeper. A stone lion with a fierce gaze. No one has ever seen him close his eyes, not even the sun. Huh. Inspiring awe, solemn deterrence, obliterating sweep. Nice. Solemn Gate Guard. Okay, these all have the same description, and these two have also the same. Okay. Let's go.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
You won't get away. Case closed. I'll be sure to write a report and put it on your table.
One of these victory
And
screens.
please don't forget to check the previous reports too, ma'am.
Thank you. Ma'am? I know why she's saying ma'am. I'm just reacting. Forget it. Anyway, on one of these victory screens, Yanisei will be on it. On one of them. Eventually. Emptying the glass bottles one by one, Yanisei's weapons are quickly depleted. Across from them, the dry iron wall, the poor guard has become a wet iron wall.
Warning! Intruders!
Uh-oh.
Close the gate!
Uh-oh. The guards on the wall above the city gates respond in a quick and rhythmic step. Below, those within the city gates scuff the sand as the gates' heavy cables are twisted in rapidly, held tightly in expectant hands, awaiting their next command.
They are closing the gate. This is bad. We have to get in. Or how are we going to get them back? We can't just leave them here. Neither can I just turn away from the clues to the Shuori festival and the mysterious Eastern arcane power. Sir, I beg of you.
Besmirch rushes forward, attempting to pull back the guards and city gates with all her might. But her lack of sight impedes her, unable to detect the hidden dangers on the uneven packed sand road. A loose stone is enough to trip her, and despite the demands of the moment, it takes her time to get back up again.
Don't get any closer.
Madam, are you alright?
She anxiously helps Besmirch to her feet, with her other hand tightly gripping an empty glass bottle. They've had countless unpredictable mishaps along the way, enough to write an adventure story for as few would believe, and experienced more than enough to exhaust the will of any explorer. Perhaps simply allowing the city gates to close is a safer and more appropriate approach.
Maybe we should just give up, madam. I'm even thinking if all these things we've been through are just illusions. The unusual terrains, the teammates turned into striped horses, and now this nonsense.
It might be illusions, but it also might not be illusions. Who knows? This feels and sounds way too real so far.
I won't let you go in there and risk your life.
Besmirch cannot see her companion's expression, but can hear the hesitation in her voice. It proves enough to add to her struggle to get up again.
No. On the contrary, child. The unknown people. The uncharted city. We are very close to what we've been chasing. We were born to run after these exciting and amazing things. You're also looking for an answer from Ask and Acquire, right? Besides, we have no idea how Mr. Jurian and the others are doing. There is more to consider other than our own safety.
Well said. Speaking of which...
Who are you now?
The city is much safer than the wild. You have my word. As for me, I am the Li Zheng of the biggest merchants hub in this city. You can address me by my title.
I'm familiar what this is supposed to be, what his title that is, but I was about to look it up so I can read it out properly. Thank you. Look at these footnotes. Anyway, Li Zhang, a low-ranking government official responsible for taxation and household registrations.
Li Zhang?
He sounds like a decent gentleman.
Li Zhang, they are the intruders.
Noted. The situation is under control. No need to close the gate. The ladies look like foreign merchants. Their business is within my purview. Besides, it's holiday time. They could be here for the celebration. Don't be so harsh on them.
Understood.
Okay. The guard holds his hands in front of him and makes a gesture that Yanisei cannot understand before retreating to one side. A glimmer of expectation is resignated in the hearts of Yanisei and Besmirth, as if their misfortune might have at least dissipated.
If I am correct, you have lost your pass, right?
Yeah, lost. Absolutely lost.
We do have a pass, but it seems it doesn't work here.
Well, just an understandable mistake for people from afar. However, either for business or the Dushuo festival, it is troublesome without a proper pass.
Well, you're getting your Dushuo festival.
Dushuo festival? Is it taking place now?
That's what I said. I thought that is why you are here in Pei City.
Pei?
Yes. We were told of it, but we've never been to one. We are not sure. We all heard of the legend about it.
So is the festival sung as a nursery rhyme in your tribe?
Tribe? We are not tribal people. We come from the north.
Northerners? Oh, I mistook you for the descendants of the Wusun from the westward.
Wusun?
It is said that they have migrated outside the Jioloman mountain. No one has ever met them until now. Your clothes also have a unique style. I should apologize for my mistake.
Ooh, how far back are you guys? Oh, okay.
What's more, this lady by your side has red hair, green eyes, and fair complexion. The features match the records in history books.
History books? Mr. Li Zheng, in your history books, do you have...
Like I said, you may just call me Li Zheng. The book says, Wusun, one of the tribes in the western regions, has the most unusual appearance. The present foreigners are their descendants with features of green eyes, red hair, and the looks of macaque monkeys.
Sorry.
Monkeys?
You are an adorable monkey.
Maybe we can't believe every word in the book. No matter. Where were we just now? Was it...
Dushuo Festival. We are here for the festival.
Oh, right. Exactly.
The old man in front of her seems to be full of interest, and with his hands clasped, he resumes his topic. I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say that the old man is just letting him in because he finds them fascinating, purely on the looks and how they're handling themselves.
The Pei City is famous for its grand celebration and joyful spirit during the festival. It attracts countless travelers from far away every year. I could only imagine how hard it was for you to arrive here. Well done. However, forgive me for being offensive. It seems you have lost sight in both eyes.
Yes. Would that be a problem?
Under this city's caring policy, you have the privilege of traveling without a pass.
Oh.
The gate guard is new here. I sincerely apologize for his offense.
He bows slightly, implying a subtle apology, and leads the two toward the city proper.
Come, follow me. It is not safe to stay outside of the city. There have been many missing persons cases recently. We intensified the patrol, in case someone is blocked out of their city and goes missing.
Huh.
Missing persons cases.
Between further topics of conversation, the two follow Li Zheng's guidance and at last pass through the city gates. Okay. This is intriguing. And so think the dogs of my neighbor. Being loud as hell. As always in the morning. Okay. Very interesting. Questions and answers. Alright. Time for a Q&A session. Following a string of genuine exchanges, it becomes evident that honesty is essential. Also, by the way, 8 stages in, not a single one of these had like one of those extra stars or conch shells or anything. Literally just, here's a stage and here is a story, let's go. Interesting. Okay, 8. Q&A. Tower. Li Zheng leads the two of them up the city wall to a connected inner chamber. Yanisei cannot shake the notion that her next step will land on thin air until they at last enter the room, and she can let go. From the city gates to the room, the scenery is completely different from outside the city. Though it's a short distance, she is very impressed.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Here, madam.
I don't feel any chairs around me. How am I going to...
You sit on the ground.
It seems the people here sit on their heels. Here, cushion.
Just make yourself comfortable.
The two of them hobble onward, imitating the old man's unfamiliar posture as he kneels down beside a low table.
You ladies look better now. What were you going to ask?
There are many fears and doubts in their hearts that beg expression. However, the first to break the silence is nothing more than an odd query.
Your walls, won't they collapse?
Why do you think that?
Because they seem to be made of only earth and stone. I don't think these materials can stand the weathering. Not to mention the wooden pavilion on the walls.
You draw the conclusion only by its appearance. In fact, the stakes are deeply driven into the ground and stand firmly. No need to worry about the peeling bricks and clay. It's just a sign of the city's longevity.
The city's longevity? So how old is this city?
As I recall, hundreds of years. Its annuals take up most of the library. Each volume records a decade. Considering the large quantity, hundreds may not be the best quantifier. There are many historical sites in the city. You may take your mother for a site tour.
Mother?
Madame Besmirch is not my mother.
Miss Pierre? Oh, I apologize. I forgot about her site.
Between his words, Li Zheng instinctively casts an apologetic glance in Besmirch's direction. Though she cannot see, she seems to feel something and turns her head towards his voice.
That's all right. People often mistake me for having good eyesight because I walk around freely like others.
The silver lining is, we have a caring policy in this regard. We're here to help whether you need assistance or not.
You keep talking about my eyesight. May I ask why?
Yeah, he keeps bringing it up.
The government is obliged to provide help to people with severe impairments. Including those who have lost their sights in both eyes. Isn't it the same with the Northerners? Oh, if my question is offensive.
No, that's fine. More than fine, actually. In the North, I have to do more to be treated like an ordinary person.
I see. I've heard that people at the North idolize the strong and pay little attention to the weak. Little did I know the disabled enjoy no privilege. But now you're here with us in Pei City. Please rest at ease. Moreover, you speak fluent Hanese. I'm sure your stay here will go swimmingly.
Hanese, huh?
You mean we are speaking the Hanese right now?
Yanisei feels her hand being pressed lightly by Besmirt's own.
Are you not? It's interesting you ask. According to the records of the hub, most of the foreign merchants with fluent Hanese have lived a long time in the Central Plains.
Central Plains, the name given to China by the ancient Chinese. Oh, you guys are very far back. Somehow, in some way. Either in an illusion or like a pocket of time and space. Whew. The name given to China by the ancient Chinese, huh?
While you're obviously not one of them, neither have you paid frequent visits here. Otherwise, you wouldn't have forgotten a proper pass.
This somewhat insightful witticism surprises Besmirt.
You're a man of sharp wit, I have to say. Back where we are from, merchants come and go, including those who speak your tongue. We've dealt with them a lot throughout the years. If it weren't for their advice, we wouldn't have made it this far on our first journey as a new caravan.
I see. Foreign merchants are well informed and welcomed by the citizens in Pei City. Oh, there are other foreign merchants in the hub. If you have no place to stay, the caravanserai there might be a good choice.
As he speaks, Li Jiang takes out a sheet of paper from a large stack.
Take this with you. It is the pass to verify your identities. You can enjoy your stay here with it, or you might end up being expelled.
Thank you. Then how are we going to...
Please, show me the document you have now.
Will you understand it?
Certainly. Let me just...
I have them. I always have them with me, madam.
Oh, thank you. You are reliable as always, child.
They hand over a document in a brown paper envelope.
Thank you. I will take a look. Hold on a second.
I want him so badly to... I know he's not gonna do it, but I want him to so badly to just say, "What is this, Chinese?" It would make sense, but I just wanted to say it. On this document, besides a drawn red seal that roughly illustrates its purpose, the remaining descriptive handwriting looks like a scrawled symbols, with the beginnings and ends of sentences connected hastily without leaving any gaps. The embarrassment between reader and writer grows like a bubble waiting to pop. Just say it, old man. You cannot read it. Just say it.
Looks like it's written in Turkish. Is it Turkish?
Okay, interesting.
What? No,
This bird makes a move before Yanisei finishes speaking. She pats the girl's back and gestures for her to allow her to explain. Despite her doubts, the girl habitually follows her lead.
Yes, a variation of it. This is the written language in the north.
Also very interesting dynamic between the two of them. Besmirta is very aware of somewhat, well, she is kind of aware of the situation around her and how to respond to it, while Yanisei is obviously trying to be by the books and explain stuff. not fully realizing that maybe she should be more adapting to her environment and play along, essentially, which is what Besmirta is doing.
Yenny, this is the written language in your hometown, also known as Yanisei, isn't it?
Sure. Yanisei is almost certain that her companion is winking at her, despite her eyes being covered. Or perhaps it is just her own intuition prompting her. She realizes then, in a moment of enlightenment, that in their precarious situation, she may well need to learn how to quickly accommodate these occasional lies. There we go, she's thinking. There we go. Adapt.
Oh, yes, that's right.
My apologies. I should have known that our language is a rare kind in the Central Plains.
I understand. It's all right, but I'm afraid you have to write it down yourself, including where you came from. Please take this file as a reference.
All right.
Thank you, I'll do it.
Oh boy. Can you write Chinese? Especially old
Sorry,
Chinese?
but I don't think I can read it.
But you can speak it.
Oh, my mistake. I should have realized the paperwork is much harder than oral communication.
That is true.
But the servant is not here today. All right. You can tell me and I'll write it down. Like this one. What did you come to the city for?
For business.
How many of you are there in the team?
7, including us.
There were 7 of us.
Were? Where are they now?
This is also what we are trying to find out. On our way here, they were transformed into horses and taken away by a giant bird.
Transform into horses? Then how come you didn't get transformed?
I did remark earlier that the horses that they turn into are also horses that seem from like an extinct species of horse, essentially. So it would make sense if this is kind of taking place as well. But whatever they wandered into quite the far off past, essentially.
We have no idea. Perhaps because Madame Besmirtz and I are Arcanists, while the others are humans.
What do you mean?
Okay, this is getting interesting. Does he actually know what an Arcanist is?
Does the giant bird only attack humans? Then how does he identify them? There's no huge difference between humans and Arcanists.
Okay.
After all.
Okay, very interesting statement as well. I mean, visually, yes. But okay. That is a huge statement.
What?
Cause in modern times,
no huge difference.
This is an answer they had never considered before. Or rather, it was a premise that seemed so distant to their own views that it defied being considered. As if saying a diamond was no different from a clump of soil. I mean, a bit of a harsh there comparison, but I mean...
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. Let's go back to the difference between humans and Arcanists later. My guess is there might be something wrong with the water. We found a river when crossing the steppe. Our teammates were too thirsty and drank the water in haste. Then we realized something was wrong.
Yes, it came from the northwest. Not the big one, but quite clean.
That might be the main river of Pei City, called Pei Lin River. But it's been shrinking these past years. Also, there are no cases of people drinking it and turning into horses. What were the features of that giant bird?
He has black or brown wings, red tail feathers, and a man's face.
Also, as I recall it, he has the voice of a young man.
A giant bird with a man's face. A feather man. Did he play a musical instrument?
Okay.
He played a stick-like instrument. His music could lead the horses to where he went.
Was there a bone-like wand with him?
Could be, but I'm not sure. He was so far away from us.
I have a rough idea now. If that's what I think it is, even though he is not a Shangre, I have to say...
Shangre, huh? He seems to be overcome with regret. Besmirred demurely adjusts her kneeling position, keenly sensing a new development.
Sounds like something happened when you last met.
The giant bird, or the featherman as we say, was considered a Shangre by some citizens. It is because he looks like the legendary Goumang.
Goumang?
What is this Xiangrei? Is it some kind of guardian?
Not exactly. In most cases, Shangre is just Yao, but in a good way. They are benevolent, using their power to help people and bless the area. Before your report,
okay,
there was someone else witnessing a featherman with a bone wand. He once brought some animals to the jutsu and claimed they were transformed from humans.
Okay.
This is exactly what happened to our teammates.
If these two are the same feathermen, then he is very likely involved in these missing persons cases.
Oh, the cases you mentioned. I see.
Too bad that witness couldn't remember anything. Even the slightest feature. For us to draw a picture. Since no one could provide other evidence, her word was considered nonsense. The Fatsao thought she was possessed and suggested she take a break in her hometown during the holiday.
We want to pay her a visit. Will she come back?
Li Zheng waves his hand. There is little value to be gleaned from such a faulty clue.
I'm afraid not. She worked as a Julie in the Jutsu. It's not a crucial position, but clearly not suitable for a possessed person. There's someone filling in for her now.
What are those positions? Yanisei grips the fabric of her knee. She is as persistent as a soldier when executing orders, and this time is no different.
What if I can offer a drawing of the Featherman? He was far away in mid-air at the time. I couldn't see the details, but I remember his outline and the color of his wings. Besides, I have experience in making sketches and maps. I can totally make a drawing of him.
Sketch? Map? But we can only attach your drawing to the wanted poster for the moment. We can't put him in prison without solid evidence. Everything is yet to be confirmed by the court, but a drawing is better than nothing. Please give it a try. Here's the brush and the ink. Help yourself.
Yanisei approaches the table and picks up the brush that was used to write just moments ago.
This is the same long pen you just used?
That's right.
And this is the ink? But it won't adhere to the pen.
To get the liquid ink, you need to rub the ink stick on the inkstone first. It's fine. I'll rub it for you. You can focus on the drawing.
Oh god. Oh god. The old man rolls up his sleeves and deftly grinds out some ink for Yanisei to dip the brush in. And the girl does not hesitate to write.
Huh? The lines it draws are really heavy. And do we only have the black ink?
Well, this is going great.
No. There are different colors.
Oh?
May I have the red one?
Please hold on. I will get it for you.
Okay. The slow and steady footsteps gradually move away. This is fascinating. This is fascinating. Alright. Okay. But I think this is where we're gonna stop for the story portion of this thing. Okay, for this episode at least. This is very fascinating. Chaos? Chaos on streets, huh? That's gonna be the next one. Oh, hey. There's our next character. But yeah, I did say I'm gonna check out one more thing today before we wrap up, and it's gonna be the character story for Liang from her file. Alright, if we're doing this, let's do this properly. Liang Yue, a mixed work, exhibited in the 1990s for a duration of 17 years, created on April 15th year of the Tiger at the beginning of summer. Initially displayed in Henan, China, it was later relocated to the St. Paulo Foundation with a brief exhibition in Los Angeles, California, USA. Yes. Medium temple ceremonial candles, afflatos, the beast dancing, performing, Zenji Star Vigil Patrol Officer. Fragrances. These are always fascinating. Oriental woody notes with old sandalwood, incense, bamboo leaves, and cedar. Actually something normal. This one is not fully open, but just these things. The Dyntech 1973X, invaluable, a groundbreaking communication device and a symbol of status during the early economic boom. A treasured birthday gift from a relative, it carried heartfelt greetings despite its bulky size. Today, the brick phone, Bricky, serves as a unique sanctuary for a special companion accessible only by its owner. Vigil's uniform, very cheap, Jesus. Crafted from tireless dedication, unwavering discipline, and a deep belief in justice, this uniform symbolizes the wearer's commitment. My actions must never betray the honor of the Vigils. Though spoken softly, these words resonate with conviction. Alright. Okay, let's see this then. On the... The last Fengxiangxi. On the 7th day of the 12th lunar month, under the turning stars at year's end, a ritual must be performed to banish plague spirits, ensuring the renewal of life. Officials gathered in the palace, guards lined the stairs, and peasants, merchants, and craftsmen presented offerings. Even passing sages paused in reverence. Let Zenji prepare. Commence the banishment. The eunuch recited incantations, and the Zenji responded in unison. Under watchful eyes, the Fengxiangxi brandished shield and spear, performing a solemn dance to summon the Tiandao beast and dispel all evil spirits. This year, however, something was different. Though the chief minister declared the ceremony complete, the Tiandao beast lingered. The Fengxiangxi, clad in black and red robes, now bore white hair and furrowed brows. The beast growled lowly by his side as he spoke. The lineage of the Fengxiangxi ends with me. You must carry on the duty. The Zenji exchanged astonished glances, realizing their leader had entrusted them with the mantle. Jiang Liang let out a low growl. On this day, the chief minister and each of the Zenji took on a new surname, pledging to defend the people in the name of their respective Tiandao beast. Interesting background. Copies from the police station. Vigil Trainee Recommendation Letter. Vigil's Bureau. Greetings. I had the honor of teaching Liang Yu in the course Criminal Intelligence. On behalf of the St. Paulo Foundation East Asia branch, I am pleased to provide this recommendation. During her time at university, Liang Yu demonstrated exceptional performance, engaging in advanced discussions on contemporary forensics knowledge and offering unique insights into the prevention and management of Arcanum-related cases. Her practical skills are equally remarkable. Though her arcane skills can be unpredictable, she has consistently completed her assignments. I strongly recommend Liang Yu for the Vigils trainee program hosted by the Vigils Bureau and wish her success in the selection process. Signed, this information is non-replicable. Okay. Vigils selection exam results. Name Liang Yu. Crime scene investigation A+. Arcanum examination A+. Evidence theory and practice A. Wrongful case analysis A. Emergency medical aid A+. Negotiation skills A. Dispute mediation B+. A B. You bring dishonor. Sorry. Selection status passed. Administrative office seal. This information is non-replicable. Alright. Okay, now for this. What is up with this one? Mobile phone. Hello, I'm Ling Yu. It's an honor to represent the Vigils Bureau as a cadet and be interviewed by you. Stop right there. This is a formal interview, and I'm not one to bother with frivolous customs. Let's just have a casual chat. Oh, right. What would you like to talk about? Many readers are curious about your Xiandao beast, Xiangliang. We've noticed that you summon it using a modern communication device rather than a specialist arcanum artifact. Yes, it's a mobile phone, though my classmates and colleagues prefer calling it the brick. They're not wrong. It's rare for Arcanum to integrate so seamlessly with modern technology. Does it live inside the device? This phone isn't a spatial artifact. Zhangliang resides in a realm entirely separate from our reality. The phone acts more like a bridge that allows us to connect. What a pity. I had wondered if it could recharge the phone's battery on the go. Quite the opposite. Zhangliang often drains its power, especially when regaining its strength. I end up paying a hefty electrical bill every month. Oh no! Are you saying that Zhangliang's lightning is charged with our power plants? A portion of it, I suppose. Excuse me? Do we send the bill to him instead? Is he capable of paying it? What the shit? He charges from the phone. That's kind of funny. That is actually kind of funny. How much of this do I actually have open? Oh, I do have all of them open. Okay, never mind. Let's go through these.
Number 007405, Liang Yue reporting for duty. Ma'am, please allow me to handle any investigations, from surveying crime scenes to hunting down perpetrators. Oh, you want to be friends? I see. Then I will adjust my mindset.
Very flexible.
There it is. The smile that comes when the rain hits the dirt. It affects us, I think. Bringing back unpleasant memories. Miss Boydier once asked me, what kind of officer do you want to be? My answer was simple. I want to be an officer that can look into the victim's family's eyes with no regrets. I used to struggle with meditation.
Ooh.
If so much as a fingertip trembled, Father would stop me. But when I started meditating on the balcony, I could hear the radio broadcast from next door. Da-dee-da! Welcome to the show! Then it became the highlight of my day.
Aww.
Hello, ma'am. I'm writing a report on the crater brawl at Dodger Stadium. The first thing we learn as vigils is to always stay alert and always stay informed.
Uh-huh.
Back home, my mother would wake me up at 5 a.m. saying things like, the early bird gets the worm. But 5 a.m. at the DAA is wide awake. Coffee brewing, sirens blurring, and Chief Alden scolding. I suppose my mother had nothing to worry about.
One of the clear signs of a morning, Chief Eldon scolding people.
When I was little, I would run in the park before sunrise. The world was sound asleep until the sunlight grew enough for the streetlights to shut off. And as the sky grew lighter, so too did my breathing. I was born on the day of the full moon. That's why my mother named me Yue. Later, I realized that no matter how far from home we are, the same moon always watches over us. 我得找个能看见月亮的地方才中。
Aww.
It wasn't easy to arrest that woman, taking her away from her child in the middle of the night. All I could do was pay a visit after the case closed and help the kid finish the house of cards they'd been building together.
Aww.
Long hair must always be neatly tied up so as not to obstruct the line of duty. You wouldn't want hair in your face when you're chasing a criminal.
I mean, I do have my hair tied back. I can vibe with that.
Of course he can make calls. See?
Uh-huh.
I just seldom use it as a normal phone in case I disturb Qiangliang's rest. But I guess that's better than never hearing from it again. I'm just glad to have the chance to upset it at all.
Aww.
Hang your clothes immediately after taking them off and iron them before wearing them. Whether in your daily clothes or ceremonial attire, you should always look neat. My family elders say that a competent successor should be responsible, and that starts with the little things. We don't have any rules like that here, do we?
Nah. You can be a slob if you want to.
在老家，人们都好往录像厅跑，我也不例外，但我得调准时间。每周三晚上9点以后是我的黄金时段，趁着俺爸妈值夜班，到少年宫录像厅买张票，跟可多人挤到一条长凳上，2毛钱就能看1晚上的神秘警探407。
All right.
I think the vigils training should include a class on how to work with your supervisors. Your style of doing things is quite different from Chief Eldon's. I must thank you for your kindness, ma'am. It made my first day much easier.
Oh, I mean, compared to Eldon, who has a very strict approach.
These are the glass marbles I collected behind my father's back when I was little. I believe they could be considered a collection from a different era. Just like your computer collection, right? Then, ma'am, may I add them to the shelf?
Oh.
Ma'am, may I ask for a few days off? I want to go back to the Vigils Bureau for a while to practice Arcanist criminal profiling and critter geographical mapping. While Qiangliang's power may be able to expel physical evil, it can't banish the evil in people's hearts. And I believe the latter may be the bigger problem. I heard someone humming the song 何日君再来 back in Chinatown. I never thought I'd hear that song all the way across the Pacific Ocean. Their humming was much slower and gentler than the original. Whoever was humming it was probably missing someone. I was taught that true justice is impartial. It follows reason, not bias. I thought I had stilled my heart, that I was able to be truly impartial. Now that I'm wavered, I've realized that no one can totally remove their bias. I'm glad that I learned this before it was too late. Always ready to go. Field check complete. Move carefully. Qiangliang, please lend me your power. Please stay behind me. Situation has escalated.
Oh, right. Yeah? That's it? Big kitty.
You won't get away. Awaken.
This one is just a roar.
强梁既出，王有不为。Stop! Case closed. Up to this day,
Oops.
the spring thunder in Jingzhe echoes in my ears.
Like a big kitty. Also, sorry.
Case closed. I'll be sure to write a report and put it on your table. And please don't forget to check the previous reports too, ma'am. I still feel the weight of expectation on my shoulders, yes. But is it burdensome? No. It's encouraging. Someone has to fight for truth and justice. So let me be the one.
She's such a little goober. Good goober. Alright, but anyway, this is where we're gonna call it for this part, and we shall continue next time. So, I did say I'm gonna talk a bit about how I thought of tackling this going forward, because I'm obviously not gonna be able to do this at my normal pacing. So, probably next time, when the next episode rolls around, at least the beginning, like the intro and all the cutscenes that are gonna be following, are probably gonna be recorded normally, but I was thinking I'm probably gonna record the rest of this whole thing in the same day, but I'm gonna split it apart into 2 episodes. So probably the next episode after this is gonna roll around normally with both the usual intro, the cutscenes and everything, and the usual outro. The only thing that's gonna be different then afterwards is gonna be I'm just gonna record just the cutscenes without any kind of extra like post-story commentary. Just like raw cutscene recording, going through the story and watching it and stuff like that for the part 3 for Shuori. And then just separately record so we can have the usual opening and a small little review afterwards when I'm done with the story, like separately. This way I can do everything in one day. And I can have a second episode ready for when this runs out. But yeah, probably gonna do it that way because that's gonna be easier, and I don't have to wait for like, I don't know, like an extra week until the story gets re-added into the recollections menu of the game. And I have to have like a weird split in between part 2 for Notes of Shuori and then part 3 and have something in between the 2 parts just to cover the like dead air. It would feel too weird. But yeah, I hope that's gonna be fine with you guys. Which means that obviously during the cutscenes that are gonna be in part 3 of Notes of Shuori, there's not gonna be any kind of commentary about or rather maybe even inside gain from what you guys are gonna tell me, but it's still gonna be fine, I would say. Like I said, hopefully it's fine with you guys, because that way I can record everything in one go and have 2 episodes ready, or rather, yeah, have basically 2 episodes ready in one sitting. But yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna tackle the rest of the story. But so far, it's very interesting. I do wonder what's actually going on and how they landed where they landed. Also, Besmirth is very interesting as a character. Very interesting. Another one. How many of this chick are out there? They look kind of the same and obviously sound the same, but I wonder if there's actually kind of correlation between them or anything of that nature. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, well, I'm excited to see more of this story regardless. So far it's interesting, and I wonder how it's gonna play out. It's kind of also funny just seeing like the modern and the past, modern time and the past time interact with each other and just kind of like not trying to embarrass each other and be like, okay, I guess this is fine, let's move on. Very funny. But yeah, anyhow, we'll see about that, how the story continues next time, and where it's gonna get us. Until then, thank you guys very much for watching, hope you enjoyed. If you did so, please consider leaving a like, it would help out a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And of course, if you wanna support me more directly, memberships are open. And as I always say, no video will be behind a membership. It's purely there for support. And therefore, thank you very much to all the members that have already pledged their support. very much appreciated. Thank you guys very much. And yeah, hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next part. Until then, bye-bye.